The New York Knicks beat the Boston Celtics 105-95 to get their second win in the Mike Brown era. They dominate the second quarter. They show off the type of team they can be, but there are still some areas of improvement I want to see, and I know it's going to take some time. We'll recap this game. We'll talk about the OG Anunoby injury as well, but if you're excited to be 2-0 in the Mike Brown era, with a chance to still get to 82-0, hit that thumbs up icon right now. This is Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and it was a fun one. Friday night Knicks, they deliver a W. Overall broad look of the stats, the New York Knicks dominate on the glass, 53-37. Against the Celtics. I thought that played a pivotal role in this ball game. The New York Knicks also had 21 offensive rebounds, just 8 offensive rebounds for Boston. You also had you dominated them in the fast break. Let's start with this. It's a completely different looking team. They're playing a different brand of basketball. 45 threes attempted for the New York Knicks. You actually hoist more threes than the Boston Celtics, who shot the most threes in the NBA all of last season. But you did that while maintaining a physicality aspect as well. You get to the line 25 times, you beat them up on the boards, and you find a way to win. You lose the first quarter 30-22, but you win the second quarter 42-14. Before I talk about this game anymore, I want to talk about OG Anunoby. He left the game in that fourth quarter with what appeared to be a non-contact injury. He was limping as if it was a muscle in his quad or thigh. Maybe it's a cramp. Maybe he strained his quad. I don't know, but anytime OG Anunoby gets hurt, you hold your breath. He always will be an X factor for this team, and anytime I see him hurt, I get a little bit scared. Hopefully he's all right. If and when we do get an update on Anunoby, we'll get you guys a video as soon as possible. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel and have those notifications turned on. At the time of recording this video, we have not heard anything on the OG Anunoby front. What a game for Jalen Brunson. Really a game of a couple of different tales. He started off the game pretty inefficient. I think he was 1 of 5, maybe even 1 of 6 at one point. But in that second half, he kind of heated up and just took over the ball game, finishing with 31 points, 5 assists, and just 1 turnover. And that's big because the Knicks were a team that was turning the ball over at an extremely high rate, 15 turnovers, but only 1 out of the hands of Jalen Brunson. He brought you home down the stretch, started to find the range from downtown. I thought he competed on defense as well. A really good game from Jalen Brunson. And Karl-Anthony Towns, I know the percentages from the field aren't great. 6 of 16, essentially shot 2 of 10 from inside the arc. But it was his offense in that first quarter and into that second quarter that really gave this Knicks team life and kept them afloat before they were able to really land that knockout punch. 6 threes for him tonight. I wouldn't even mind if that number goes up a little bit. I think he's one of the best shooters in the NBA, the best big man shooter in the NBA. Showed some physicality with 13 boards as well. 5 turnovers, though. That cannot happen. Too sloppy with the basketball. Still early, knocking the preseason rust off, but kind of just a similar tune that's being sung about Cat. Dumb fouls, turned the ball over, but overall, 26 and 13 from the big man. We'll take it. Josh Hart returned to action and made his 2025 season debut, and it was the most Josh Hart game of all time. 2 points, 14 rebounds. He gave you 6 on the offensive end coming off the bench, but he goes 1 of 8 from the field and 0 of 3 from downtown. I thought that the finger played a major part in his accuracy as a shooter. I wonder if it's just one of those things you just bite the bullet, miss 4 months, and come back for the stretch run of the playoffs. But 14 rebounds for Hart in 18 minutes. He was balls to the wall, and he emptied the clip, and he gave you what you thought you can get out of a bench player in Hart. We got to talk about Miles McBride, Mikal Bridges, and a lot more about this game. But first, I got to tell you about our proud sponsor, DraftKings.
I want to welcome back DraftKings, the sponsor here on New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. We love having them as a sponsor, and they got an awesome deal going on for all of the real ones. All your favorite NBA players are back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. New customers, bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass. Plus, score $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. It's an awesome deal. All that information will be clickable down in the comments and description. So, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KnicksChat. That's code KnicksChat. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass. Plus, get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass. Auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
All righty. Miles McBride ended up getting the start tonight for the New York Knicks. Mitchell Robinson did not play, and we got to see that lineup that we wanted to see for a long time. The Knicks ultimately lose the first quarter 30-22. I don't know if that accurately paints the picture of how that lineup was. McBride made a big three in the fourth quarter. I thought he played some great defense on the guards for Boston. I thought he gave Simon some trouble. I thought he also gave Derek White some trouble as well. Liked what I saw from Deuce. A little inefficient from the field and from three, but I'm not too worried about that. I know Deuce is a good shooter, and he showed that he could hit a big shot even when the shot wasn't falling. And I think the sign of a good player is being able to impact the game when the shot's not falling. Find a way to make an impact. Deuce McBride, he did that. 4 assists and 0 turnovers. Mikal Bridges, I
welcome
thought
back
looked
DraftKings,
good as
the
well.
sponsor
Just
here
the
on New York
volume
Knicks Now
wasn't
by
all
Chat
that
Sports.
high. An efficient game, 50% from the deck, 50% from downtown. I thought he made a couple of nice plays in transition. I thought he also did a good job defending as well. The volume for him and OG Anunoby were low, but I thought they were effective in the way that they played this game. Jordan Clarkson, that man loves a pull-up transition three. He had 2 of them in the first half. He was running and gunning. You got to see a little bit of him. The minutes were pretty evenly distributed off the bench. Jordan Clarkson had 15, Shamet 13, Yabusele 13, Kolek 13, Josh Hart 18, 34 for Brunson, 33 for Towns, 36 for Bridges, 32 for McBride, 29 for OG Anunoby. I thought Tyler Kolek played a pretty good game. I think 2 of those turnovers weren't really his fault, but he got the Knicks going in that second quarter when they ultimately dominated 42-14. He had 2 drives, one where he kicked it to the left corner, both going to the left corner. One resulted in an OG Anunoby 3. Another resulted in a Mikal Bridges 3. And that kind of opened up the floodgates for the absolute domination the Knicks put on the Celtics in that second quarter. We also saw a stop and pop transition 3 from Landry Shamet. He's going to be able to get those type of looks. If you can contribute on defense, you know he gives the effort. Sometimes he's just not lengthy enough, and he's not able to disrupt shots due to his smaller stature, but he competes. He's got a high IQ, and if he makes shots, he's going to be a part of the rotation. He didn't really get much from Guerschon Yabusele. He did have 3 points, 5 rebounds. I thought some effort plays from him kind of sparked the Garden crowd when they were not on their feet in that second quarter. A couple of rebounds, 5 of those, and I think a couple were offensive as well. He had 3 offensive rebounds. I liked what I saw from him. Areas of improvement. Too many turnovers for the Knicks. 23 assists to 15 turnovers. Got to take care of the ball. You had 1 turnover. Think about this. 1 turnover from Brunson and McBride combined. I don't even think Bridges had 2. OG had 1, Bridges had 2, Towns had 5, Kolek had 3, Shamet had 2. 15 turnovers, just too many. You shot a lot of threes. You hit them at a pretty good percent of 37%. You weren't good from 2 at all. Some quick mental math on the fly. I think you were 16 of 41 from 2. I don't know what percent that is, but not good. Not good. So you got to be better from inside the arc. Not really sure if it was the shot quality, the defense. They were just missing some easy shots as well. But you were really good from the free throw line. Made up for it there. 22 of 25. You converted an 88% clip from the line while also shooting almost 38% on 45 threes. You're going to win a lot of games in this league. I thought the Knicks did a really good job on Jalen Brown. He is the snake, head of the snake for that offensive attack. 7 turnovers. Pressure the ball when he's got it. Force him left. He will throw the balls to the scores table. Did it a couple of times in this one. Derek White, unable to find the range. Thought the Knicks made it tough on him. He was flopping like a flip fish out of water consistently in that ball game. I thought the Knicks overall played really good defense outside of their defensive performance against Sam Hauser. 6 of 10 was Hauser from 3. I get it. You take him away. You're 10 of 34 as a team. That's essentially 30% for the other Boston Celtics. So got to extend the defense to Hauser. Saw that in Game 1 against Sam Merrill. Gave him a couple of easy looks. No need to help off of those shooters. We've been talking that for a while. You also need to help off when you're one pass away in a situation like that. But overall, outside of one guy lighting it up, the Boston Celtics were 9 of 34 from 3. So pretty good stuff on that front for the Knicks. Overall, a good game. And your win is fueled by your second quarter. You need to be a little bit better in the third and fourth. Game got tight. You were able to find a way and win this ball game, though. Every win, it feels good. Ian Begley now reporting OG Anunoby would have been able to go back in the game if needed, per Mike Brown. I don't believe you, because you said the same thing about Josh Hart in the first preseason game, and then he had to miss game 1 of the season. You also said that you're load managing Mitchell Robinson, even though he played in game 1, 2, and 3 of the preseason. I won't believe anything the Knicks ever say about injuries. I hope they're right, fingers crossed. When we do get an OG Anunoby update, though, we'll get you a video.